Yes, get in there, my son. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you, lads and lasses. We're here for the afternoon transfer news show. Obviously, we haven't done a little bit of a transfer news update for a few days. There's not been a whole lot going on. Well, there's been some stuff going on, which we'll discuss in this video, but we're just playing catch-up here, guys. We're playing catch-up, so we've got plenty to get into, and we've got some big news as well in regards to Manuel Ugarte to discuss as well. I hope all of you legends are doing well in the live chat. Big up everybody in here. How you doing? Thank you for waiting patiently for us to get going there. It's got a new stream set up slightly here, and a couple of things were just going wrong at the start of this one. Classic. So forgive me. But welcome in. Do us a favour at the start of this show, everyone, and smash that like button on it. Give us a big thumbs up. Help us get to 100 likes just like that. And also, you can give us a subscribe to the channel if you're new to the show. And I've just bitten my lip. And also, also get yourself involved throughout the show, obviously. Have your say in the live chat. Get involved. We want to hear from you legends. We're going to be dipping in and out the show, of course. And big up everybody in the chat. The Yorkshire Cowboy, what's going on, lad? Come on. Twisted Fate, Colin Ralph, Urbano Valdez. This isn't where I park my car. Ethan Storm, Urbano, your Yorkshire Cowboy, Twisted Fate, CH McKew, Slim Reaper, Aaron, Bruce McIntosh, Duke of Rodtown, Dean, Berberlad, Samosa, and everybody else who's in here. I hope you're all having a cracking day. Let's get stuck into the news then. So, Manuel Ugarte's looking pretty close. It seems like it anyway. Obviously, we haven't had any updates on this channel for a few days, but the situation's been much the same, really. PSG are looking to offload him due to obviously spending big money in that area in their team this summer. With João Neves coming in, and obviously lots of money spent there, big wages, trying to recoup some of that money. They're going to have a player who didn't even play that much last season, sort of playing for them and doing nothing. So they want to get rid. And Manchester United didn't want to pay a significant transfer fee, obviously. Not right now, anyway, due to all the money that we spent elsewhere. And so we've been trying to broker a deal for a loan move. And the situation is much at the position where we're not going to be paying anything up front for him as a transfer, but it's just like looking likely that we're going to be bringing this guy in on a loan with a potential to potentially make the move permanent as well, with an obligation to buy. So that does seem to be the latest update, really. It's close. It's getting closer. Obviously, all the reports from all the top journalists suggest that this deal is close and that United are expected to get this guy in soon on a loan deal capacity with a potential option or maybe even an obligation to buy at this stage. So if we could get him in on loan, it's a player that we can, obligation to buy means you've got to buy the guy at a later date, but an option to buy obviously is more favourable, gives you the chance to check this player out, see what he's all about, give him an opportunity to have the season, basically, kind of like we did with Amrabat, having a look at him, obviously, before you make the move permanent. And it actually makes a lot of sense to me. We can spend money elsewhere, or we have spent money elsewhere. We could spend more money elsewhere if we're able to get this guy in and not have to pay a significant fee for him later on. Let's have a look at the updates from the likes of Fabrizio. So Fabrizio said that Manchester United are now close to getting Manu Ugarte deal done. This is from a couple of hours ago today. As revealed last week, Man United want to proceed with a loan, plus an obligation to buy, and the meeting with PSG has been positive. No bids for Edison. Man United want Ugarte. Details being discussed. Deal at final stages. So, if you believe these reports from Fabrizio Romano, we've got no reason not to believe them. This deal is pretty close, and it looking likely that it is going to be a loan deal with an option, or an obligation to buy, I should say. How much we will have to find out in terms of an obligation to buy. How much is going to be up front? What's the fees involved? Lots of speculation going around at the moment. But let's ask the live chat, guys. How much do you think Manchester United potentially could end up paying for Manuel Ugarte with an obligation to buy? So that's not right now, obviously. That'll be next summer, but an obligation's an obligation. You have to basically fulfill, the transfer, unless one or two other, potential things happen, maybe injuries or whatever the case may be. But there's obviously going to be some some asterisks there. 50 million, says Noble Armo. Crikey, lad. 50 million, 45 million. Holy shit. I mean, okay, fair enough. That's a lot of money. I mean, I don't think he's worth anywhere near that amount of money, to be fair, at this stage. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe in a couple of years' time, we could be looking at that price tag that you just said there as chump change for this guy if he comes and does really well and absolutely bosses it. He does look really good. I mean, he's a very committed, dedicated battler of a player. And, obviously is the sort of player we need to potentially take over from the likes of Casemiro, who is getting on a bit now, as a long-term replacement. 23 years of age, coming there, be that combative, destructive, defensive midfielder. He's definitely a competitor. He's definitely got a bit of a nasty streak in him. Don't be silly now, football with Brownie, lad. United seems so strapped for cash, they're doing transfers like payday loans now. Oh, no. It's a Wonga transfer, this one, lad. You know what I mean? Nightmare. Fair enough, I see what you're saying, but no, I mean, it's a common theme. Look at what the likes of Chelsea do, signing up players to bloody 8-year deals and all sorts of crap. United, this is clever, really. If you're just trying to do deals and get as many deals done now as you can, why not get a couple of loans in? Why not get a couple of loans with an obligation to buy later on? And, okay, you are basically spending a little bit more of your next season's transfer kitty there, essentially, already. But, if you can... It's basically just deferring it, isn't it? Deferring the payment. That's all we've really done. We're deferring the payment for Manuel Ugarte to next summer, essentially. And then we get him in now. So I think if we can get that deal done, it would be quite good. Yeah, 35. I think 35 is about right, to be honest with you. 39, yeah. If it turns out United have agreed a deal with PSG to sign Manuel Ugarte for 50 million, though, with the obligation, but I would not be surprised. I mean, PSG, they're essentially saying, hey, look, you can have this player for now up front, essentially on loan, but, give us some money later on. So there might be an element of us having to pay a little bit more down the road just because, it's like almost interest. You just feel like PSG will try and squeeze to get everything they can. Oh, they absolutely will. Of course they will. And that's what they've been doing, They could have got rid of this guy a couple of weeks ago to us, but they are absolutely trying to get the most that they can out of the deal. You can't blame them. United seemingly contented to wait to try and get the deal done for a reasonable amount of money. I must admit, I do kind of like what United have done mainly in this transfer window. Perhaps the Euro signing's a little bit overindulgent in terms of the amount of money spent for the lad. But everywhere else, it seems like we haven't gone mad. We haven't gone mad in terms of paying too much money for players. There's been no 85 million for Anthony Dos Santos guff. 40 plus 5 million euros, says Sonny Milan. A fair play to you, Yep, what's up there, Natalia? How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. The latest deal on Amrabat, really, is Keanu, is obviously he's basically kind of like waiting in the wings as an option. We may well end up getting him anyway, depending on the financial situation. But obviously, I think they're trying to get this deal for Ugarte done first. And it's also dependent on what else happens in regards to players outgoing in the team. There's still one or two players that could still go out of this football club this summer. The likes of Scott McTominay or Lindelof or Sancho, and certain players that, just are on the fringe that might well be sold this summer. If some of those are sold, if we're able to actually move those players on, I would expect that there is a bit to be done still in terms of other transfers, not just Ugarte, but maybe looking at a left-back or maybe bringing in an Amrabat to be a squad player for us to replace the outgoing, for instance, Scott McTominay, if that's what happens. So, yeah, there's still a little bit to be done there. Amrabat is not imminent or anything. I mean, he's there as an option. I'm sure he would want to come to Manchester United. We can get him for not a huge amount of money. But there's obviously better, or at least what we think more potentially better signings available. Otherwise, we'd have already signed him up straight away at the start of the window, wouldn't we? If Ten Hag really wanted Sofian Amrabat, he would have brought him in right away at the start of the window because the deal was already on the table and it was a reasonable amount of money, pretty cheap, like 20 mil or 25 mil or whatever it was to make the move permanent. So I'm pretty sure we would have already exercised that option, which expired a little while ago, but we would have gone in for another round of negotiations. We would have got him done and got him in there right at the start of the window if he was choice number one. He's not choice number one. He's obviously choice number 5. And we're looking at other different midfield options first. And if we can get those said midfield options in the club ahead of the likes of Sofian Amrabat, then I'm sure that's what Ten Hag wants to do, and that's what United want to do. But I think Amrabat's there as an option. If it turns out that we do sign only Amrabat, it's not the best option, is it? Hey, Paul S., thank you for your super chat here, my son. Guys, get some big love in there and some sues there for Paul S. Thank you, Paul S, for the super chat, you legend. He says, I can see PSG dragging this out to the last day of the window. Oh, definitely. There's not even that long left to go now for the transfer window, to be fair. So I could definitely see that happening. I would like to think that United and PSG can reach an agreement in the next day or two. If you read what Fabrizio Romano said there, you know, it does clearly state that they're close. The deal's at the final stages. The deal's getting close. And it looks like the terms of the deal have already been thrashed out mainly. I guess it's just about finalising how much you're going to pay up front, how much you're going to pay of the players' wages, which in our case I'm sure will be 100%. And then in regards to the future fees and things like that, extra add-ons, there's a few things that have to be ironed out, obviously, before an agreement can be reached. But they've been talking about this for weeks now, and I'm sure they're not that far away. It does seem like PSG are prepared to let it drag out a little bit longer, like you say, until the transfer window goes on, because they're trying to get as much money back as they can. But United obviously looking at other options just in case. There's still the reports. Obviously, we have looked at very many different players. Maybe those were just PR spins to try and get pressure on PSG. But yeah, I mean, obviously United's only option is not Ugarte. We've got other options in the midfield area they can go and get. Just on that, though, one of the options, or one of the players that we could have brought in this summer, he could play a couple of different positions as well, would have actually been Sander Berge. And Sander Berge, let's get into that. Sander Berge has now signed for Fulham today, finally official, confirmed. He has signed for Fulham. And he signed for a £20 million fixed fee. And there will also be $5 million in add-ons. I mean, it's good business by Fulham, to be fair. Look, to be honest, in terms of Sander Berge, I rate him, I rate his stats, I rate his overall qualities and stuff. He's a good player, but I don't really believe that he is a top-tier player. I think he is more of a player that's suited to a Fulham, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's a decent bit of business for them. They've got him at not a huge amount of money. Fair play. I'm not bothered. I'm not that bothered about missing out on Berge as long as we go and get, Ugarte and look to strengthen in other areas of the team. Berge, I think, is a good signing, though, for Fulham. Definitely, he's a good sign. He's a good standard Premier League player, and I think he'll do really good things there. And he could have been a good addition to our squad. Don't think he would have been necessarily starter quality, and if he was starter quality, perhaps there's some questions to be asked about Manchester United. Not that he's not a good player, but as I say, I think United just need to be aiming for a little bit higher in terms of future potential quality. Then again, he is still quite young. His stats from last season were very good. I mean, guys, let's ask the live chat here. Are you bothered about missing out on Sander Berge? Yes or no? Are you bothered about missing out on him for 25 million, which is seemingly the amount of money? 25 million pounds, 20 up front, 5 down the line. Are you bothered about missing out on Sander Berge? I'm not really, nah. I'm not really, to be honest with you. I mean, he would have been a decent addition to the squad, but it's not like, not that bothered about it. Yeah, we did miss out on Elise, that's true. No, nah. No, nah. Yeah, absolutely no. You would have took him at United for 25 million. You would have been lying if I said otherwise. Fair enough, Twisted Fate. Well, yeah, it's a cheap amount of money, in all fairness, in this current transfer market, with a sort of homegrown player like that, or not a player with that experience in the domestic leagues here in England. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, to be fair. So they've done well there, but we could have got him in there as a squad player. No, not really. Just get Ugarte, maybe a cheeky Edison too. I like your style, Aiden Feeney, yeah. Yep, you're not bothered, but I am bothered. We could not get Kanioglu. A fair play to you. Paul S., thank you for another super chat. He says, we need a midfield destroyer in the squad against the Scousers. Spot on. That is what we like about Manuel Ugarte and what he could potentially bring to the table. He could be more of an old school style, sort of like you say, destroyer, enforcer for us. He likes a battle. He likes to compete. He's got a nasty streak, bit of a bastard. I love it. So get him in there. I agree. Let's get him kicking shite out of Scousers, lad, in those games. 100%. Thank you, Paul S., for the super chat. But in all fairness, you're right. We do need to start thinking about that position. I mean, Casemiro, I still think can add a lot of quality to this side. He's a quality player. If you look at him over the last couple of games for United this season, it's only at the start of the games, obviously start of the season. But there's no question in his tenacity, is there? There's no real question in his desire and effort levels out there. He was putting in a real shift in those couple of games that he played. So I got to say, I still think he could do a good job for us, but he is getting on. Last season showed that he's perhaps not at his peak anymore, and he was missing a few times out last season, far too many times for my liking. He has to perform, he has to get competition for places, somebody else coming in and do a good job. Perhaps that would mean that if Ugarte comes in, maybe we do a deal for Casemiro to go. Let's ask the chat on that one very quickly. Let's get you all involved with this question then. Casemiro Would you like him to stay or would you sell him? If we sign Ugarte, that's if we sign Ugarte. Obviously not now if we don't sign Ugarte, but if we do sign Ugarte, would you keep him or sell him? I would definitely keep him for the season. Because I still think he can add quality. And, United need some quality in depth. If we really want to start competing with the big boys, we need to have a bit of quality in depth. I mean, you seem like the likes of Gundogan going back to City and stuff. Like, United need a bit of quality in depth if we're going to compete for things. And there's nothing wrong with healthy competition if somebody like Ugarte comes in and keeps Casemiro out the side. And there's also nothing wrong with Ugarte coming in, us signing him for big money, and Casemiro stepping up and keeping him out of the side, or them playing together. But there's nothing wrong with any of those outcomes. Competition's good, it's healthy, and depth is also very important at this level as well. All the competitions we're playing, we've got to have a lot of different players to come in and slot in, and injuries and all these sorts of concerns need to be dealt with a bit of depth. Do you know what I'm saying? Stay, Casemiro in, stay, we need depth, keep, you play Casemiro as a striker. Tell you what, he's a great fox in the box when it comes to those set pieces. Never seen a player at United over the last 2 years get on so many chances in terms of on the end of set pieces and things. Balls in, corners. He definitely is just got a natural ability to get on the ball in the box. But no, obviously not, mate. One more season, yes, 100%. Stay, says Enigma Owl. Good shout there, lad. Casemiro still keep, man. Still better than 95% of DMs out there. You're so right. He is still better than 95% of DMs out there. He's had a bit of a ropey season last season. Everybody's quite quick to write him off. He wasn't good last year overall, but we still know what he can bring to the table. We still know his quality. You don't get the career that he's got by being shite. And, I don't think there's actually anything to question about his mentality because he seems bang up for it every time he's on the pitch for us. So, but quite happy to keep him too. A fair play to you, my son. Sell him ASAP to some dumb Saudi club for a lot of money. Yeah, fair enough. I certainly think that if he is going to go anywhere this summer, Saudi Arabia's quite a possible destination, isn't it? Get the money, experience in depth. Really, Herb? Not seen that, lad. Are you serious? He's got years on him, but if an offer gets made, I wouldn't complain. Yep, Mikhail says he would free up wages, but it would be nice. That is a concern, because he is on a lot of money, yeah. If he's playing regularly, though, and actually having a good hand in the team's performances and giving us that competition in depth, then it'll be worth it, won't it? United buying in well and FC spending nothing. That's true, Raven. Yeah, nice one. It's a long season. Get in there, Raja. It is, lad. Yeah, so Sander Berge joined Fulham. I don't know. I don't think United like a bargain. Obviously Ten Hag and United just didn't really identify him as a top-tier enough player, I guess. He is a good squad player. He would have been a good addition. His stats, his pass, very, very good standard. But I'm not bothered about it, to be fair, although it is a good transfer for Fulham, and it's a good amount of money to pay for this sort of player as well. Like, they've definitely got him for a reasonable, pretty cheap price. Ugarte is exactly what we need, a young but very experienced DM. Yeah, good call. Experienced on the international stage, experienced obviously in terms of club football for a 23-year-old as well, and combative. Definitely what we need, lad. Keep Cass fresh. Got to keep Casemiro. Yeah, and his knees and legs and stuff may be going a little bit over the coming years, so it doesn't hurt to have anybody or have somebody else in here to take some of that pressure off of him either. I keep biting my bottom lip, guys. What's going on? I keep doing that. It's going to bleed in a minute. Stephanie says 67 likes. Thank you, everybody, for smashing that like button. Every little like does help the streams out. It helps the channel out. It's free to like the video, so make sure you drop a little cheeky... Make sure you drop a cheeky little thumbs up on this video if you haven't done so already. Give us a like spike, and help us boost up there on the algorithm. Cheers for that. Get yourself subscribed as well, guys. We're on here for the latest United news, latest watch-alongs, all that guff. I like your style there, Samuel Ingram. Yeah, Wharton is a talent. From Crystal Palace would improve Manchester United as a Michael Carrick replacement. I like that, Samuel Ingram. I do think he's a talent, He would have been an upgrade on Donny van der Beek. Yeah, but so would my grandpappy, mate. My grandpappy would have been an upgrade on Donny van der Beek, mate. Donny van der Beek had the potential to be a really good player, but you know what his problem was? He's just too bang on the ketamine, mate. Too bang on the ketamine. That's the only logical explanation for his gastastic performances out there for Manchester United, looking like he's either bang on the ketamine or he's gone and had a couple of edibles beforehand, one of Joey Diaz's stars of death, with Eric Ten Hag. Ten Hag's like, just have one of these little ones, my son. It's like, what is it? I'll break off a corner. But so the next thing you know, he's on a voyage to fucking trip out City on the pitch, mate. You're literally seeing him having an edible trip out on the pitch every time he fucking stepped on. That's how fucking slow motion he was. You know what I mean? Donny van der Beek was like watching when you played GTA Vice City back in the day and you accidentally get Tommy Vercetti to run into one of those pills and it makes him go all slow and drugified, you know what I mean? And everything goes all slow motion. That was like watching Donny van der Beek, mate. So anybody would be an upgrade on him. You know, in all fairness to Donny, I feel bad for the fact that it never really worked out for him. He didn't get all the chances that he should have perhaps got. But in all fairness, whenever you did see him, he was pretty bang average, weren't he? He was pretty slow. Donny Horse Tranquilizer. Always on the verge of tears. Yeah, exactly. Berber says Casemiro is the last mistake of the old regime. Too much money, too old and too inconsistent. I wouldn't push him out, but if an offer came in, he's only going to be worth less. Hey, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we've had some mistakes in the new regime, haven't we? The likes of Anthony Dos Santos. I'd like to see him sold. But you're not wrong. I mean, Casemiro, I don't really see him as a mistake because he came in the first season and had a very good season. But it is another one of those signings, like you say, where you're paying shitloads of money for a player who's going to be outgoing for basically nothing. And it's just like a complete depreciating asset. You're paying him shitloads of money. It is an old style signing, so you're absolutely right about that, Berber. It's very similar to, you know, some of the signings we've made, like the Cavani's or whoever, even worse than that in a lot of ways because the amount of money that we paid, the huge amount of money we paid. What was it, 60 million we paid for Cass, or 70 million? We paid a lot for him, and then obviously the wages on top, and he's going to be leaving us for pretty much nothing. So yeah, that was a shite signing, wasn't it? Let's talk about one of the other players that has just gone out of Manchester United, actually, very briefly, because I haven't covered this on the channel last couple of days. But let's discuss it. Facundo Pellistri. Facundo Pellistri, guys, has obviously left Manchester United. Now, I just wanted to talk about this because I haven't talked about it on the channel. We're a bunch of twats, aren't we? We really are as a club. We're a bunch of dicks. We let Facundo Pellistri go. Player who's getting in Uruguay's setup. He's playing regular football. He's a good player. He looks good anytime I've seen him, whether it's for the national side or for Manchester United. He looks good. And we've got Anthony Dos Gestos still in the team. What's that all about? I don't really have anything against selling players. If that's what Ten Hag wants to do, if he wants to shape the squad in whatever sort of way he wants, fair enough. Allow him to sell players, allow him to bring players in. But I still can't really forgive him for getting rid of Facundo Pellistri when you've got players like Anthony Dos Santos there. He paid 85 million for him, so he's not going to want to let his golden child go. But he's actually shite. I would have rather seen Facundo Pellistri given chances ahead of Anthony Dos Santos this season. Smash a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. And it's not necessarily because he's more advanced or better. It's because he actually is deserving of it. We haven't seen him fail consistently like a complete melt over the course of an entire season or two and look gash and be pocketed by every single bloody left back in the league because he's too one-dimensional. We haven't seen that. He's got potential. And as far as I'm concerned, potential is very much important. So, because at least we know that there could be a chance of them going on to do great things at the football club. So rather than just sticking with Anthony Dos Santos, who, okay, he gives it his all, he tries, but he's very one-dimensional and he's been figured out and he just isn't really all that effective in terms of assists or goals. Last season he got 2 in 29 games in the Prem. So, no, I don't really understand letting somebody like Pellistri go who's got good potential, could really be a good young player for us in the future, and can do a job for us now. I hope to God that Amad Diallo is way ahead in the pecking order on the right-hand side than Anthony Dos Santos at the minute. And long may that continue, because I think he's got serious quality there. But Anthony Dos Santos even should be below the pecking order, below Facundo Pellistri, if you ask me. But we've sold Facundo Pellistri, guys, and we've only sold him for €6 million, plus €2 million in add-ons. That's piss poor. €8 million is what we get for Facundo, a great potential prospect, awesome young player. It is a piss take. We're shite at selling players. Okay, this deal actually has some potential for the future because we do have a buyback option valid until 2027. So that is great, in all fairness. You know, we can buy him back. That's brilliant. If he goes on and develops into a great player, we can buy him back. Fine, great. And then we've also got a 45% sell-on clause as well for the future. So whatever he goes for in the future, we'll get 45% of that. If he goes for 20 million, you know, we'll get 9.5 million. Is that right? Yeah. If he goes for 100 million, we get 45 million. That's the plan there with a 45% sell-on clause. So you have to say, as far as deals go, even though the amount of money up front is very low, those aren't bad. I mean, if we end up buying him back after a couple of years of development and he's playing regular football and getting European experience and all the rest of it, it could actually be a good bit of business by Manchester United. So I'm sort of mixed about this transfer. In one way, I think, why the hell have we let Facundo Pellistri go for such a little amount of money when he can do a job for us, potentially ahead of the likes of Anthony Dos Gastos? But then the other part of me thinks, well, you know, we've got potential to earn in the future from it, and we've also got the option to bring him back. You say he's average, Rajab, but we just haven't seen enough of him. Actually, from what I've seen from him, he looks good. He looks really good. I mean, he's only young. He looks really good. No, we're not ever going to topple Shitty with Bruno and Gashford in the same team. What do you think about that? I disagree, James. I mean, a team is much more, you know, it's much more about the sum of the parts in the team, isn't it? And, you know, yeah, Rashford's only one player. Bruno's only one player. Bruno Fernandes would be wanted by every single team in the world if he was available. So we've got ourselves a player there. Gashford's Gashford, yeah, but even he can do a job in a team. He just needs to step the fuck up and start doing the business that he hasn't been doing. Ten Hag just didn't want Pellistri from the start. He never got a real chance. Yeah, that seems to be the case. It's a deal for the future, not for now, Pig. That's how I look at it. Yeah, maybe we might do something for the future, I suppose, like you say. It is quite possible. You don't agree with the sale, but Ten Hag likes inverted wingers and Pellistri never played on the left. Well, he did play him on the left sometimes. You know, like in pre-season we saw him on the left. But, yeah, no, I take your point, Mikhail Kramer. I do take your point. But even as a right winger, I still think he could be a good option. Anyway, we're just stuck with that Anthony Dos Gastos. That's the real thing that annoys me. It's just like Ten Hag is stuck with his players that he's bought, you know. And some of them are just already, I think, not really up to it. Particularly Anthony Dos Santos, but certainly other players like even Andre Onana's questionable, isn't he? Anyway, just let's get back onto the Ugarte stuff very quickly. I'll just give you a bit more on that. So, you know, the latest is obviously Ugarte wants United. He's desperate for United. This is from Fab last night. Ugarte's always been the priority for Man United as midfielder. Despite rumours in recent weeks about United leaving talks to focus on different targets, Ugarte's always been waiting for the Man United move. Negotiations continue between the clubs. Ugarte has no doubts. So it doesn't really look like, you know, this one's got any potential to fall down, I guess, unless PSG are just being a bit greedy. They need to get him gone. They need to get him off the books. He wants to leave. He wants to go and play for Manchester United, and we really want him. So surely this deal goes ahead sooner rather than later, you would like to think. Yeah, nice one. And then also, I just wanted to read this out as well before we get into the live chat and stuff, guys, which is Garnacho posted today on social media, just as we were talking about Facundo Pellistri there. He put an emotional farewell on there. He said, friend and brother, one of the best football has given me. 3 years of unforgettable moments together. Amazing player, but more importantly, an amazing person. I wish you the best in your future. You deserve all the best and great things will come your way soon. I love you so much, Facundo Pellistri. Bless him, bless him. But you know what I mean? I think he's a good player and he would have been good in the squad, so I'm disappointed to have let him gone anyway. Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Okay, and then as I was saying, just, you know, this is what it's about. United are working on a loan obligation to buy for Manuel Ugarte. So it looks like we'll be bringing him in on a loan capacity move, but with an obligation to buy, which means that we basically have to buy him unless a couple of different things happen. Like, I don't know, he got banned or suspended or injured for 2 years or whatever case may be. We're basically going to have to buy the guy, aren't we? So yeah, let's just get him in. Let's talk about United for a second as our season started the other day. Obviously, we had that game against Fulham. It was a decent display by us, nothing spectacular, but we certainly looked solid. We were the better of the two teams. We just need somebody really who can finish the chances off at the top of the pitch. Xerxes came on and did that for us. Before that, we're looking pretty ropey in that regard. If Hoyland can get back fit, Xerxes can get back fit, those guys can develop. I think we'll be all right in the goal scoring front this season because we have got very good creative players, wide players, creative players like Bruno Fernandes who often put a lot of chances on the plate for the teammates, and, you know, if we can actually get someone up there who can put them away, great. And Xerxes, just on that one finish, he's only played 20 minutes for Man United so far, but that one finish, it was a proper striker's finish, you know, it was. It was like a cheeky little poke underside of the toes, you know, or just toe poked it in almost, like from the underside of the toes. Just a great striker's finish, and I want to see a lot more of that. Very happy with winning the first game of the season. You know, obviously Chelsea lost their first game of the season, and it puts a bit of doubt in there, doesn't it? It's only one game, guys. It's only one game, but it was such a massive game, that one the other night, for the context of our season and going for it and having a good start. Brighton coming up, obviously Liverpool, got to get some points right at the start. And look at the pressure that's now on Maresca at Chelsea. It's only one game. Okay, it's not that much pressure, but still the doubts will be there. People are already questioning them. It's funny, isn't it? So I predicted Chelsea to finish 8th at the start of this season, during the Premier League table prediction preview video that I did. And everyone was slagging me off, saying, you're mad! Chelsea going to finish higher than you, and all this guff. And I just don't really see it, personally, because they're a set of players. They're not necessarily a team. And the new manager's only just come in. And obviously it's going to take a little bit of time for him to be able to get them to do good things in his way that he wants them to do it. That's just the way it is. It's going to take time. And even then, even if it takes time, and even if he gets them to do that, they still might not actually do the business, So it's one thing to have a great set of players, but it's another thing to have a great team. And I just don't think that they're quite there. And obviously after they lost in that opener against City, and they only lost to the best team in the league, so it's no disgrace really. But after they lost that opener, nobody was questioning my 8th place pick. Do you know what I mean? Everybody said that they're shite. So one game, the point I was making here, guys, it's only one game, but one game can definitely give you either a bit of confidence or a negative outlook. And I think that's what's happened there. Chelsea have been stitched up with a loss at the start, and United beat Fulham at the start of the season there, and it gives us a little boost. And now we've sort of identified a lot of the positions in the team that are still lacking. Definitely need to get left back in. Centre midfield still needs another addition, 100%. We look all right in the striker department if we have the players stay fit. So, yeah. Hey, what's going on there, the Mustard? How you doing? Good to see you, lad. Get in there. And another one of my legendary mods, the Cake Cadet, is in here as well. How are you doing, lad? How's everybody getting on today? Thank you for joining us for the show. We are going to get into a Q&A in a few minutes' time. Just want to say as well, you can repost the show on Twitter here. The link's pinned to the top of the live chat there. Click that link. Give us a repost on Twitter. That will help spread the word of the show. And also, I'll give you a shout out in a few minutes' time. Everyone who does, give us a repost and a follow, and I'll also give you a follow back if I'm not following you already. Anybody who helps share the show is a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So share the show around, guys. And also, if you're new in here today, make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed to the show and have your say for the Q&A coming up in a few minutes' time. Right, Sterling swap with Sancho. No. As much as I... No. As much as I don't want Sancho at the football club and I still want him to leave, Raheem Sterling, a.k.a. La Headless Chicken, is not the player that I would look to bring in, to be fair. But, fair enough. I mean, he could do worse, I suppose. He's had a great career, Raheem Sterling, on very limited talent, if you ask me. But he's had a cracking career. And there was a period of time for a good few years when he was at City and when he was playing for England, where he was actually a baller. For England, he was consistently good for a couple of seasons, a couple of years. I got to respect it, but no thanks. But fair enough. He's all right. He's a good player, to be honest. Where are my AliExpress shirts? Oh, Vlad. I don't know. No, they're upstairs, but I might just give them away on the channel as a joke. 102 likes. You take Sterling for a couple of our wingers. Well, fair enough. He's definitely better than a couple of the melts. Yeah. Smoked back bacon, mate. Definitely. We don't need a left back with Shaw, Malacia, Dallo and Mazraoui at the club. I completely disagree with you, I speak well, lad. So for a start, you've only really discussed 2 proper left backs there. So obviously Shaw and Malacia are proper left backs. Dallo and Mazraoui are right backs. Go and look at Mazraoui's. I know I know Dallo plays left back for us quite a lot, to be fair, and he has done, and he can play there. But he's also a right back. That's his primary position. He can also play left back, but he's a right back. And Mazraoui is a right back. He can also play CM. He can also play left back. He can also play a bunch of different positions. But he's a right back primarily. So. Yeah, okay, great. You've got some players to come in and do a utility job. But actually, with the injury problems we've got and the players that we have in that position who are very injury prone, it doesn't fill me with confidence to go into the season with what we've currently got, just known at left back. Amas looks a real talent for the future. Luke Shaw, he's already injured going into the season. And he probably will get injured again throughout the season because he's an injury prone, pie-loving melt. And then Malacia, we haven't seen enough of Malacia. He's still not played that many times for Manchester United up until this point. Yeah, he was out for a year injured. What's going to happen with him? Is he going to be able to recover? Is he going to get injured again? No. We need to get a left back, I think. I do think we need to get a left back. I mean, okay, it's not the most important position, I suppose, to strengthen because we do have options there. Even Martinez you could chuck in there, I suppose. You can play Mazraoui there. You can play Dalot there. But you'd want a specialist left-back, in my opinion, to come in and do the job. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Yes or no? Do you think we need to sign a left-back? I think yes, we do. In an ideal world, why not? You want depth, you want quality. We don't want to have the same situation as last year where we've got no proper left-back or centre-backs all injured and, loads of injury problems. It's important to have a bit of depth, I think. PJ says, correct, we need a left-back. Connor says, yes, definitely. We've got 2 fit right-backs and 2 injured left-backs and the young amass. Yeah, exactly, Malps. Exactly. You've highlighted it really there. Exactly. Shaw is Mr. Glass. He is very much a fragile lad. He's a fragile individual, 100%. Square peg round hole doesn't work. Exactly, I agree with you, Chris lad. I would 100% rather have, specialist players in specialist positions. And then when you've got an issue, when you've got an injury, when you need to rotate, sure, come in and do a job. But I'd still rather have a player playing in their specialist position. Always good to have options. Yes, 100% agreed, lad. By the way, folks, so this has been changed a little bit for my news show. We did have the chat there and the crappy little tweet box there and the subscribers up there, and it just looked a bit shit, didn't it? So my man Mass, a.k.a. Wonton Doodle, has basically just changed the watch-along background overlay and made the latest news one. I reckon it's banging, guys. What are you saying to this? Do you like it? Do you like the new news show overlay look? I think it just looks a lot better, doesn't it? It looks a lot better than that other shite I was having. So, yeah. Let us know your feedback, though. We'd love to know. United debt continues to grow. FFP will be our ass. Jim and the Glazers will take all the money and run. It's the way of the rich. Yeah, you know it, the mustard. You're not wrong, sir. Sure is Mr. Burger King. Smash that like and subscribe, folks. Thank you, the Duke of Rodtown. Ineos are doing good business for the club. Still a bunch of greenwash and Graber puppets. Yeah, 100%. More professional looking, 100%. Thank you, Barno. Right, I'm just going to go over to Twitter and shout out everyone who's given us a repost on the stream. Then I'll do a quick rundown of everything we've discussed in this show, and then I'll get into the chat for a Q&A with you legends. So, let me shout out these legends who have reposted the show. It does help out. Mr. Aaron Homeyard, Mr. Sims, Bob Loft, who I've just given you a follow back as well. Harry Trotter as well, mate. Thank you very much for giving us a follow back. Johnny Moontown, Bob Loft, Mr. Sims, Harry Trotter, you legends. Thank you so much for giving us a repost there on the Twitter. As always, you can follow us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Nice one, mate. Right, okay, so if you're just getting in the stream, this is what we've discussed. The deal for Ugarte is looking very close, as per reported by sources like Fabrizio Romano, who said this. He said Manchester United are now close to getting Manuel Ugarte deal done. This was from a couple of hours ago. As revealed last week, Man United want to proceed with a loan plus obligation to buy, and a meeting with PSG was positive. No bids for Edison. Man United want Ugarte. Deals being discussed. Deal at final stages. And then, as we've discussed, that we were working on a loan with an obligation to buy proposal. And he wants United, and Man United's priority is him. So that's the situation there. Close to getting a deal done and agreed with PSG for a potential loan move for Manuel Ugarte to United with the obligation to buy at a later date. Quite interesting. We'll have to see what comes out in regards to the terms, the amounts of money involved here when that's reported a bit later on. Then the other stuff we've discussed today is Sander Berge to Fulham, obviously. Sander Berge to Fulham has gone ahead today. It's confirmed officially, signed for Fulham for £20 million £20 million up front and £5 million down the line. So £25 million for Sander Berge, who was a United target. Good business for Fulham. They've signed a good player for not a lot of money. We've missed out on a potentially good squad player for a cheap addition, but other than that, I'm not that bothered about missing out on him, and to be fair. And then, as we've discussed it, the Facundo Pellistri terms and the deal was, the terms of the deal were €6 million fixed fee, €2 million in add-ons. He's gone to Panathinaikos. Buyback option until 2027, so we can still buy him back before then, and he can develop over there for a few seasons. We can buy him back. 45% sell-on clause also, so if we decide not to buy him back and he goes and signs for another team in the future, then we will get 45% of that overall fee. So it's an interesting one, but I still rather have him ahead of the likes of Anthony Dos Santos as an option. But you can't have too many wingers. We've got a lot of wingers, don't we? But I'd rather see Sancho gone also. So there you go. I mean, that's basically the news, guys. Yeah, hopefully they're going to see an update very shortly in regards to an official announcement or something in regards to, like, the here we go, the final agreement between the two clubs, and it's all announced. And that shouldn't be too far away. PSG, though, they could still hang out a little bit in this transfer window, try and get a few million quid extra out of Manchester United, and just bide their time with the transfer window still being open and try and get as much money as they possibly can for him. So this might not be a player that comes in imminently, as in the next day or two, but it also might be. I still think that there's a good chance this is announced very soon, hopefully in the next few days anyway, and we can get this agreement done and get him in here as soon as possible so we can get him in that game against the Scousers, roughing them up, my son. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat, guys. Now it's time to have your say on the show. Get your thoughts and opinions here in the live comments. I'll read a bunch out here before we wrap up this show here today. And as I say, drop a like, subscribe, have your say, get in the chat. You do need to be subscribed to chat. Subscribe and you'll be able to get yourself in there raw. Yeah, there you go, Connor. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow, could be the next day, could be a week from now. But hopefully a Here We Go is imminently coming, lad. Yeah, Dallow's going to be our left back this season, isn't he? And Mozzarella, or whatever his name, Mozzarella. Masrui, yeah, Masrui or Masraoui, or it's a bit of a tough one to say that. Dallow left back. I don't mind him at left back, but I still think he is a right back, And I do think that Masrui at right back makes a lot more sense than playing him at left back, even though Masrui can play at left back. If you actually look at his overall career, he's only played 8 times at left back, so he can play there, but he's actually just he's actually a right back. And a utility player who can play in midfield and everywhere else. Yeah, Maxi Oladele has moved to Legia Warsaw too. Oh, shit, the bed, Mikhail Kramer. Yeah, you see, there you go. So, youngsters on the way out there, my son. Where do you think we can finish this season? I think if we can avoid injuries, we can finish 3rd. 4th or 5th, I think's where we're going to finish, Vlad. I did my Premier League prediction. I've picked 4th. It's a little bit optimistic. In all honesty, my head says 5th, but my heart says 4th. That's what's gone on there, really. So, and I hope to see Liverpool maybe having a drop-off, but we shall see. Top 4 on the cards this season? Yeah, just about, Blakey, just about. As I say, I'd expect us to finish around about there, 4th or 5th. If we don't have a significant improvement for last season, it's a shit show shambles, lad. We need to see a much better style, much better goal difference at the end of the season, much better position in the league than just 8th place with -1 goal difference. What's happened with Jermaine Jenas, guys? Sorry, people talking about stuff in the live chat. Jermaine Jenas, who presents the One Show and appears on Match of the Day for BBC, has been sacked by the corporation following complaints about workplace conduct. Yeah, somebody mentioned something like that earlier. What does that mean, though? Complaints of workplace conduct. Anyway, fair enough. Do you know how bothered I am about that? 0. Because I can't fucking stand Jermaine Jenas. I've always thought he's a shit pundit, mate. And also, just super cringes me out, lad. I'd rather listen to Michael Owen. And that really is saying something. I just don't really, I've never really thought Jenas is a good pundit. Each to their own. Everybody likes what they like, but I just don't like him. I find him about as dross as you can get. So there you go. See you later on, Jermaine. No one gives a shit, lad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ex-Spurs clown. I mean, he was a decent player, wasn't he, back in the day? But I don't really... he just bores me to tears. He whipped out his sausage. What, Malbs? Crikey. Standard BBC employer's behaviour. He's more boring than Michael Owen could ever be. And that is really quite an achievement, isn't it? Yeah. Bye-bye, Jermaine. Crikey. This is breaking news about Jermaine Jenas in this show. That's crazy, guys. I mean, I wasn't expecting to hear something like that. Here we go. 19 minutes ago from the BBC. BBC sacks Jermaine Jenas after complaints. Jermaine Jenas, who presents the One Show and appears on Match of the Day for the BBC, has been sacked by the corporation following complaints about workplace conduct. I'm surprised he wasn't promoted. You know what I mean? By the BBC. The former footballer 41's been taken off the air from both primetime shows. A BBC spokesperson said, "We can confirm Jermaine Jenas is no longer part of our presenting lineups. It's understood issues were raised with the broadcaster a few weeks ago and it took action. He was last on air earlier in the summer. Jenas made his footballing debut at 17, blah, 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 blah." Not much. There's no information on what happened, to be honest, but, I'm sure it'll come out. Interesting. That's quite interesting, yeah. P45 FC, here we go. The Premier League allowed an American family to buy the biggest club in the world with loans and then tie that loan to the club, plunging it into massive debt, which 15 years later remains. You tell them, Kate Cadet, it's an absolute disgrace that was actually even allowed to happen. You're right. Blame the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? You're absolutely right. That's a disgrace, lad. And they still got the stranglehold of the club even now. Thank you, James Riley. He's on Talkshite now. Oh, I can't stand Talkshite. I used to listen to Talkshite back in the day. I was driving, doing my deliveries. It's all right, but some of the people are just on there literally just to be wind-up merchants. It's literally like they hire people to be like, inflammatory or whatever the words I mean, like, or to basically just say I don't even think half the people they've got on there believe what they're saying. They just say it to get a reaction. That's what it's for. It's just for clicks and reactions and shite, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah. Can't wait for the Here We Go Ugarte. Come on, Vlad. Hopefully soon. Talk show don't make headlines unless they talk about United. Not even joking. Are you the only Anthony fan? Well, yeah, probably Roger. I don't know. Keep or sell Anthony, guys. Let's ask the chat for you, Roger, there. I would sell him, but at the same time, I like his mentality. He tries hard, he works hard, but I just think he's so ineffective now. He's so ineffective. We've seen him for 2 seasons, and he's been very ineffective. He is a battler, though. And now Facundo Pellistri's gone. I don't even want him to go, because we don't have enough there in terms of senior players in those positions that can play in the wide areas. I mean, we've still got quite a lot, but, you know, if we were going to let Anthony go, we would have needed to have kept Pellistri more than likely. Keep, sell, keep, sell, in a heartbeat, sell, keep. You like him, but just quit the bloody flare. He ain't Ronaldo, he tried too hard. He's definitely nowhere near, is he? He's definitely nowhere near. Oh, by the way, have you seen as well, Cristiano Ronaldo set up a YouTube channel yesterday, right? Cristiano, I've subscribed to it, as I'm sure a lot of you have done as well. Smash a 1 in the chat if you subbed to Cristiano Ronaldo's new channel. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about is he set up a YouTube channel yesterday. Yesterday. He's got about 6 videos on there or something. Yesterday, I checked it this morning, he's got over 20 million subscribers on YouTube. That's how fucking influential and famous and awesome Ronaldo is. He's probably going to end up having hundreds of millions on there like he has got Insta and all those places. But he's got over 20 million in a day. That is crazy, isn't it? 20 million subscribers in a day. Oh my God. That's insane. So, and it's only going up and up and up and up and up. It's insane. Yeah, he got the 1 million subs in 90 minutes. The fastest ever channel to get to 1 million subs is Cristiano Ronaldo's, yep, Guinness Book of World Records. And probably the fastest to get to 20 million or 10 million as well. Crazy. Yeah. Ronaldo, Gash Merchant, CR7 overtake Mr. Beast in the near future. Maybe so. Who knows? Anthony can go and do one as well. Yeah, send some of those subscribers this way, Cristiano. Absolutely. And he got his YouTube plaque thing instantly. I know, that's all bullshit, isn't it, Fire Up? That's proper set-up shite, that, isn't it? He's like, obviously spoken to YouTube. He's like, I'm going to set up a channel. And you know, as soon as I set up the channel, I'm going to get a bajillion subscribers. So please, can you send me my silver, my gold, my platinum, my diamond, all my fucking YouTube plaques straight away so I can do a reveal video of them the moment I hit them. Which is what he's been doing. You know what I mean? So, fucking fair play, though. You saw that. It's crazy, but that's the CR7 effect. Oh, big time. Yeah. It's crazy. United kicked him out, telling the truth. Fair one. Yeah, it's a shame what happened there at the end with him. He's still a class player, I believe, but he is past his best, mate, and he is a big ego. A player argued about playing left back twice to his manager. Keep no, get him out. Thank you, Vlad Shea. Your channel's still bigger, mate. Yeah, right. Ronaldo and Pigo collab. Oh, that'd be brilliant. CR7 doesn't follow the records. Records follow him. He wasn't joking. Absolutely. Apart from he organises to have the plaques delivered from YouTube beforehand so he can show off the records. Because they didn't post that to him same day. Do you know what I mean? He's got that beforehand from YouTube. It's all set up, and he's got the thing. He's got the plaques. He's got the records. You know what I mean? So he is interested in it. Laugh my ass off. Get in there. Stay gold. Hey, make the most of it. Hope you're doing well, you legend. Yes, bro. How's it going? Let's get Pig 20 million subscribers. Thank you, Roger. Yeah, let's do it. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about it. Tell your granny about it. Yeah, would you take Chilwell on loan? I would. I would take him on loan, yeah. Collaboration incoming. 22 million now. No way, Keanu. I'm not even joking. When I looked about 2 hours ago, it was at 20.5 million. So he's gone up 1.5 million just in the last couple of hours. He'll probably have 30, 40 million by the end of today. And it's only the second day of his YouTube channel. It kind of makes me think, why the fuck do I even bother, mate? You know what I mean? Been doing this for 11 years. Haven't even got to 100k yet, for Pete's sake. No, that's the Ronaldo effect, though. He's literally the most famous human being, pretty much, on the earth, isn't he? He's the most followed human being in terms of social media. So it's no surprise if he puts out a little post saying, I'll set up a YouTube channel, he's got some videos on there. It's no surprise he's going to get a bajillion subscribers instantly. Thank you, Dean M. I hope so too, lad. Yeah. Man's literally a tiny happy man. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, Kate Cadet. I'm not putting a date on it. I'd like to get to 100,000. It's not even about the amount of subscribers. Some people have lots of subscribers. They don't have any viewers. Some people have lots of viewers. They don't have that many subscribers. I'd rather have more viewers who are tuning in and, you know. So I don't know, mate. It would be nice. It's a symbolic thing, isn't it? It would be nice to get a plaque from YouTube with 100k on it. It would be nice. It's a symbolic thing, but it's not the be and end all, lad. Thank you, Kim. Let's go. Crazy to see WWE official channel is over 100 million. Oh, yeah, that's crazy, lad. It's not surprising, though, is it? Everybody loves a bit of WWE around the world, lad. Thank you, Jack. Yes, the kit video. If you've not seen the comparison, the AliExpress video, I bought a couple of gash kits on AliExpress. Get in there, my son. Yeah. Tris says, how does it make you feel when Ronaldo gets 22 million subs in one day and you're on YouTube for the past 10 years, unable to reach 100k? Just delete the channel. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Tris, it doesn't make me feel that bad. I just kind of think, fair play to Cristiano. He's a fucking don. Look, he's achieved so much in his career from hard work and everything, coming from basically nothing or very humble beginnings. And good luck to the guy. Fucking fair play to the guy, you know what I mean? His successes in other avenues of life has led to him being able to open these doors in other places. And fucking fair play to him, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy for Cristiano. Equally, at the same time, I am like thinking, you know, yeah, this is going to take a long time. That's what I'm thinking at the same time. I'm never going to get there, lad. They look better than Liverpool's kits this season. Yeah, only break the plaque in a fit of rage. Oh, my God, could you imagine if I did that? Thank you, Twisted Fate. That's very nice of you, lad. Thank you so much. Oh, shit, Sid. Much love to you, lad. Hope you're okay there. Mr. Sid Rhodes. Hope you're okay, sir. Yeah. Anyway, folks, great little stream today. Great little chat. Just wanted to give you updates on Ugarte. The deal is close with PSG. It's getting closer, and hopefully it'll be announced sooner rather than later. So watch this space. We'll be giving you the updates as to when there is an official announcement or a big update in regards to an agreement, official agreement there. So thank you, everybody, for watching this video today. You're a bunch of legends. Come back after this video is finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. You know, Ugarte, Pellistri, Sander Berge, whatever. Come back and have your say in the not live comment section after this video is finished and keep the debate going there with this legendary community known as the Bacon Brigade. Shout out to all you legends for getting in. Make sure you drop a like before you go. Hit the sub button if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss the future streams. Follow us on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. And just thanks everybody for watching, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there, but I will be back on later on for something, some news, if there's news or some sort of FIFA stream or something. I will be back on later, so come and join us either on this channel, Flying Pig United, or my gaming channel. Go subscribe to that, Flying Pig Gaming, and we'll definitely see you later on. Nice one, the Mustard. Thank you, Kim Thugger. Once again, thanks to all the moderators, people like the Burbs, Bourbanator, Mustard, Bourbon, McKayu, Kate Cadet, everyone all for moderating. Thanks for moderating, guys. And everybody else in the chat, thanks for getting in here. Duke, Vlad, Yorkshire Cowboy, Sim, and all the members like Thugger and Stay Gold in Green. Thanks for being members, lads and lasses, and for supporting the show. Thank you, Brian Foskett, everybody in the chat here, Duke, Kim, Connor, Yorkshire, McKayu, Berber, Chris, Twisted, Stay Gold, Andy Corkin Hansen, Trini Red Devil, and everybody else as well. Big up yourselves, Enigma Owl. Big up yourselves, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. That's the latest afternoon news there. Ugarte close. Hopefully we get him in soon and we can work on other positions in the team still. I still think we need a left back personally, and hopefully that will come. But there's the latest update. It's all looking all sort of reasonably positive at the minute. Obviously, we're still going to be a ways off the top teams this season, but we've done reasonably well in this summer transfer window. We've done well in other areas of the team, just and the actual club, getting people in the hierarchy that can hopefully do a better job for us running things. And in turn, that should have a knock-on effect with how we're signing players, selling players, not getting bent over for wages and transfers and things like that, hopefully in the future. So hopefully positive stuff to come from the club. Come on, United. Thanks for watching, guys. Ugarte imminent, hopefully. We'll see you shortly. Cheers, guys. No worries, Kate. It's better off you don't. Thanks for watching, peeps. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.